Live from the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, this is Iowa Live.
All right, everybody, we love when the Blank Park Zoo comes over, and man, do I love what Rachel brought over today from the Blank Park Zoo. Hits a soft spot. I had one of these animals growing up, was unable to be cared for by someone else, and I acquired this special creature. Tell everybody what we have.
All right, so say hello to Chorizo. He is a black and white Argentine Tegu lizard, but we call them Tegus for short.
Right, Tegu, and they are just absolutely amazing animals. You mentioned Argentina. What type of things do these animals eat? Let's cut to the chase.
Yes, he eats a large variety of items. He's definitely in exploring mode right now, so I'm trying to redirect him back to the middle where all of his snacks are.
Okay.
But today we have some delicious produce. So we have some chopped up melons, some hard-boiled egg, some celery, and some cucumber.
All right, and you can see how curious he is. And now this is his debut, his television debut is on Iowa Live right now. So we're very, very honored to have you.
Yes, he's learning how the camera works.
Okay, which is great. Now, is this the type of animal that you would take out when you travel around the state of Iowa?
Yes, absolutely. So Chorizo is part of a wide variety of different animal ambassadors. They travel all over the state of Iowa and even parts of Illinois and Missouri.
Oh, you do? I didn't know you went that far. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go across the border a little bit.
All right, that is so cool. And if people want to know about these programs that you have, because you don't just bring an animal out, you have a whole program that you are a part of too, right?
Yes, that is correct. So with our Zoo to You programming, we're traveling to libraries, schools, senior centers, daycares, and not only are we bringing out these incredible animals for an up-close experience, but we bring out lots of activities and artifacts like the ones I have on the table.
Okay, what do we have here? Let's take a look and show everybody what you have here. First and foremost, a real big one on this side here where the Tegu lizard is heading to.
Yep, so Chorizo's currently hanging out with our okapi skull and fur.
Okay.
That is a nice large skull item. Now okapis are related to giraffes, but they don't have that long neck. They're on the shorter side, darker colors, and their bottoms have those wonderful stripes like a zebra. So their pelts often are mistaken for zebra.
Okay.
And then on this side over here, close to me, is a lion's skull.
Okay, and you bring these out when you go out, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So when it comes to our traveling animals, you aren't able to touch them up close because they do not like being touched by hundreds of people they don't know. And we do see hundreds of thousands of people going on these programs. So the artifacts give guests an experience to be able to come up and feel things without upsetting the animals themselves.
Oh, that is great. Now, how many different visits does a zoo make in a given period of time?
It varies, but summer season is usually our busiest season. The numbers this year have been over 600. I believe it was around 666.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
And how many people experience it? You said, what, thousands?
Yes, thousands. So for a lot of these smaller towns that we might go to that live hours away from the zoo, this might be one of their few opportunities in the year to get to experience the zoo up close.
Okay.
So I've been to towns where I've gotten up to 300 people at a time or a couple hundred people at a time. I think the total number for this year right now is well over 30,000 that we've seen.
Now, something to keep in mind is they do a lot of traveling. Okay, so there are people that travel all over, and you just heard from Rachel where they go. And they are in need of a new vehicle. And the new vehicle, we know how expensive vehicles are nowadays, and they're going to try to raise enough money for a new vehicle on Tuesday, because Tuesday coming up is Giving Tuesday.
That's correct. So this Giving Tuesday, we're trying to raise money for a new vehicle in order to take Chorizo and his friends to all of these places across the state, because as we can see, these items are very big, and depending on the animal, we have lots of large items that go with them.
Okay.
So we need to make sure we have the room for those things.
Yeah, I think, Trey, if you can look at the front of the desk and pan down a little bit, you can see the almost like scaffolding for one of the other lizards that you travel with, because one of the other lizards you bring around happens to be, what, an iguana?
Yes, so for some of our animals, they are excellent climbers, so we're trying to utilize those skills there. So those perches can be quite large. research in order to show off those natural skills so people can see what this animal does out in the wild. So I know currently we are trying to raise about $25,000 for this Giving Tuesday for our vehicles.
If you get more, you just get a bigger vehicle, better vehicle to be able to get you around. We're going to make sure they can get to every portion of the state, too. That's the whole idea. Now, if people want to make a donation for a Giving Tuesday, easiest way to get a hold of the Blank Park Zoo and make a donation would be what? On what website?
Just our regular zoo website at blankparkzoo.com. That information is up there. You're going to see an image with this okapi fur on it, and that's going to let you know that is the link to go to that Giving Tuesday.
All right. So high five out of you. This is one of the coolest animals that you brought over to Iowa Live, making his television debut. And the name of the Tegu lizard?
Chorizo.
Chorizo.
Yes.
There you have it, folks. These are the kind of things we can do with our own Blank Park Zoo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving. We will see you tomorrow.